You can walk into any public space right now, a movie theater, a gym, an airport, a restaurant, and tell me something doesn't feel off.
People just talk in theaters now. I've gone to movies recently where I'm like, I see phones on.
I just had to leave the movie theater early because the yapping, it was insane. It was absolutely insane. And unfortunately, this is not the first time I've had to leave a movie early because people kept on talking over the movie.
It's your girl Rene here, and I need to talk about something that's been bothering me. Because I don't think it's just me noticing this. People don't know how to act in public anymore. And I mean that literally. But here's what no one is saying. This is hitting men and women completely differently. And it's destroying the few spaces where connection used to happen naturally. If you're a man who stopped helping strangers because you're afraid of being misunderstood, if you're a woman who feels unsafe because no one respects boundaries anymore, if you've watched someone film a stranger's worst moment instead of helping, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Brother, I see you choosing to stay home rather than navigate a minefield that public space have become. Sis, I see you putting your guards up because you don't know who to trust anymore. Let me paint the picture because men and women are experiencing this collapse differently. Movie theaters. Men tell me they won't go alone anymore. Why? Because a single man at a movie is creepy. Meanwhile, groups of women are having full conversations during the film, phones out, treating it like their living room. The gym. Women dress in basically underwear and film any man who glances in their direction.
And he knows I'm recording him too. Because there's so many empty ellipticals, and you picked the one right next to me. What was the reason? What was the reason?
Men are building home gyms to avoid false accusations. Both genders lost. The gym used to be where people met organically. Now it's a war zone. I watched a video of a man trying to give his seat to a pregnant woman. She accused him of assuming she was pregnant. He got filmed, went viral, and lost his job. Now men don't offer seats, and pregnant women stand while young people sit.
New York is really not the same New York I grew up in. I just saw a woman struggling to come down the stairs with her baby carriage, and men literally walked by. Of course, I stopped her and I said, "Ma'am, can I help you?" And I helped her all the way down 3 flights. Like, what happened to New York? What happened to men in New York?
But here's the one that really shows how broken we are. A woman collapsed at a McDonald's. Instead of helping, people started recording. But when a man jumped in to help, women started screaming, "Oh, don't touch her." It was a male manager. The confusion delayed help by minutes. It's not just losing social skills. That's complete system failure. One comment from a man hit real different. I saw a woman drop her purse and everything spilled out. 10 years ago, I would have helped. Today, I kept walking. The risk isn't worth it. And a woman responded, "This is why I feel so alone in public now. Nobody helps anymore." Do you see the spiral? Men stopped helping because helping became dangerous. Women felt abandoned because protection disappeared. Everyone loses. Here's what happened to men specifically, the Mike Tyson prophecy. Social media made y'all way too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face for it. Men used to correct bad behavior in public. That was part of the deal. Men maintain order, not through violence, but through presence. A look, a word, a stance. That's all it took. Now, if a man says anything to anyone about anything, he's either toxic, controlling, or worse. So men stopped pleasing public places, and chaos filled the vacuum. I had a man tell me, "I watched a teenager curse an elderly woman out on the bus. 20 years ago, I would have said something. Today, I recorded it for evidence in case I got blamed for something." That's not cowardice. That's adaptation to a hostile environment. A man told me, "I used to help women with heavy bags at the airport. Used to offer to lift things onto the overhead bin. Now, I pretend I don't see them struggling because Why is this random man touching my stuff? Isn't worth my reputation. Another said, I saw a woman dress stuck in her bag, exposing her. 10 years ago, I quietly tell her. Today, I look away. Because why were you looking at her is a question I can't afford to answer. Men who know how to act in public, who dress appropriately, who show respect, they're called boring, traditional, not fun. Meanwhile, the guys acting foolish get attention, they get dates, they get rewarded. The message is clear. Good behavior gets you nothing. Bad behavior gets you everything. So even good men started thinking, why bother? Being a gentleman makes you invisible and being chaos makes you attractive. Guess what men choose? Here's what's happening to women at the same time. The same breakdown that made good men retreat also made bad actors bold. When respect became weakness and boundaries became oppression, guess who thrived? The men women actually should be worried about. A woman commented, the respectful men disappeared from public places. What's left are the ones who were never respectful to begin with. Think about that. The men who cared about making women comfortable, they're gone. They're at home. They're in their own spaces. What's left in public are the men who never cared about your comfort anyway. One woman said it perfectly. I dress like I'm confident, but I'm actually terrified. Because the men who used to step in when things got weird, they don't exist anymore. They stopped existing with intention. We started existing for attention. And in that shift, protection disappeared.
It's all on the bottom, see? And now you can go to a different store. We will not be serving you anymore.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You got for what? Why are you not serving me?
Please come forward.
Why are you not serving me?
Get out of my drive-thru.
I'm just asking you why you're not serving me.
Because every single time we make your drink, it is wrong. Obviously, we cannot satisfy you the first time, and we're done trying. So get out of my drive-thru.
Okay. All right.
Now, let me connect this to dating, because this is destroying organic connection. Public spaces used to be where people met naturally. The coffee shop, the bookstore, the gym, the park. Now, these spaces are hostile territory. Men won't approach because approaching is harassment. Women won't be approached by good men because good men won't risk it. What's left? Dating apps where no one acts real anyway. I heard this story that broke me. A woman's car broke down. A man stopped to help, fixed her tire in the rain, wouldn't accept payment. She offered her number to thank him. He said, no thanks, I don't want any trouble, and drove away. She posted about it, devastated. A good man helped me and was too scared to even accept my number. The comments from men? Smart guy. That's how you stay safe. The comments from women? This is why we're all single. That's where we are. Good men viewing kindness as risk. Women wanting connection but surrounded by walls. Here's another one. A woman at Barnes & Noble kept making eye contact with the guy, smiled, moved closer, even asked him about the book he was reading, Classic Green Lights. He was polite, but never asked for her number. Later, she saw him post online. Pretty sure a woman was interested in me at the bookstore today, but I'd rather go home alone than go home in handcuffs. The fear isn't rejection, it's destruction. Public behavior is the first interview. How someone acts in shared spaces tells you everything you need to know about their character. But when public spaces become performative stages, everyone's acting. No one is real, and real connection becomes impossible. Men are watching women film strangers for content. Women are watching men avoid them entirely. Both sides retreating. Both sides are losing. A man commented, I met my wife at a grocery store in 1998. I asked if she needed help reaching something. We talked for an hour. Married 23 years now. Today, I'd be filmed and called creep for offering to help. A woman replied, and I would have gone home alone, wondering why no one talks to anyone anymore. We don't live in a society anymore. We live in an audience. Everyone's performing. No one is connecting. Here's the truth. The good people didn't disappear. They just stopped going outside. They built home gyms, home theaters, home everything. Women created girl-only spaces, private groups, closed circles. Both genders retreated into their own worlds. One comment hit. This is 70% of why I've become a homebody. The exhaustion of existing in public isn't worth it. Here's what this means. The dating pool isn't just shrinking, it's selecting for the wrong traits. The people still boldly operating in public spaces often are the ones with no awareness, no boundaries, no respect. The good ones are at home. The chaos agents, they're outside. A man said, I'm successful, fit, respectful, and I haven't been to a public event in 2 years. Why would I? A woman responded, this is why we can't find good men. They're all hiding. And he replied, we're not hiding. We're protecting ourselves. That exchange tells you everything. So, where do we go from here? If you're watching this from your home gym, avoiding the world, I see you. Your caution isn't cowardice. It's wisdom. And sis, if you're wondering where the protective men went, now you know. They didn't abandon you. They were pushed out. The breakdown of public behavior isn't just about manners. It's about the death of organic connection. When we can't share spaces peacefully, we can't find each other naturally. But here's what I still believe. Most people want peace. Most people want respect. Most people want connection. They just don't know how to show it anymore. So, for those of you who still know how to act, who still show respect, who still reads the room, don't lower your standard. It's good people reclaiming public spaces, not with anger, not with confrontation, just by being the example. Because when good men return to public places, protection returns. When we stop performing and start existing with intention, connection returns. We were a society once. We can be again, but it starts with the good people coming back outside. Drop a comment and tell me, what made you stop going out? What would it take for you to feel comfortable in public again? Until next time, stay aware, stay respectful, and remember, the good people aren't gone. They're just waiting for a reason to come back outside. It's been your girl, Rene here. I'll see you guys in my next one.